Navin Lalu's streaming network, specialist in clean audio, multiple camera angle view and a photo slide for professional live streaming. Call Navin at 335-0205. Navin Lalu, bringing real-time events to you and yours. Navin Lalu's streaming network. Call him 335-0205. Also available fantastic drone footage. Navin's streaming network.
Ram Naam, Sach hai, sabka yehi gat hai. May we all stand, my dear friends. So today we have all gathered to pay a final tribute to one who was with us. She was a mom, a daughter, a wife as well, a member of our community, a member of our land as well. And of course, it's only fitting for us we give her that noble send-off to the feet of the Maker. And we refer to, of course, Debra Vidia Sinanan. And today, as we pray, we ask of our Divine Father to give rest to this wonderful soul. We all put our hands together everywhere. And we remember Bhagavan Vishnu. Om Namo Narayanaya. Hari Om. Yang Brahma Varurendra Rudra Maruta. Stunuvanti Divyaistaver. Viray Sangipad Kramopanishader Gayantiyam Samagaha. Dhyana vastir targate namanasa pashyantiyam yogino yashyantam navidu sura surgana devaya tasmai namah shantakaram bhujagashainam padmanabham suresham vishwadharam gagan sadrisham meghavarnam shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanainam Yogi Virdhyana Gamyam Bande Vishnum Bhava Bhayaharam Sarvalokai Boliye Sri Ram Naam Satya hai Sabka Yehi Gat hai. Please be seated. Thank you. Place the flowers at your feet. So you'll say after me. Om Vishnu, 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 Adhya Sri Brahmani Dvitiye Parardhe Sri Shwet Varaha Kalpi Vaivashvat Manvantare Ashtavin Shatitame Kaliyuge Kali Pratham Charane Trinidad Deshe Gwaiko Grame Adyavart Antargata Brahmavait Kadeshe Punya Chetre Baudha Vatare Vartaman Yathanam Samvatsare Dakshine Aine Ashwin Mase Krishna Pakshe Saptami Tithao Chandra Vasare Rohini Nakshatre Siddha Yog Vishti Karane Kanya Rasi Stithe Surya Vishav Rasi Shashanke Shesheshu Graheshu Yatha Yatha Rasi Sthanisteshu. Now you take a name, son. Now say Yajmanasya Kashyap Gotrasya Vidya Pretasya Antishti Karma Aham Karishye. Om Krishna. Touch it to the forehead. Place it at the feet. Take the lota, water, son. Take lota, water. And sprinkle water on the body, head to toe. Let's walk around and come back to this spot. Adhya Kashyap Gotrasya Vidya Pretasya Mritastan Shab Nam Nimit Snanam maya diyate tau pratishtitam. Snanam maya diyate tau pratishtitam. Very well. Take the chandan. Right behind here. Put the chandan this way. Chandanam maya diyate tau pratishtitam. Adhyaya Kashyap Gotrasya Vidya Pritasya Mritasthana Shab Nam Nimit Chandanam Maya Diyate Tavu Pratishtitam. Adhyaya Kashyap Gotrasya Vidya Pritasya Mritasthana Shab Nam Nimit Gandham Maya Diyate Tavu Pratishtitam. So you have a mala? A mala? Yeah. Pushpamal Vidya Pritasya Mritasthana Shab Nam Nimit Pushpamal Maya Diyate Tau Pratishtitam. Vishnavi Namaha. Like this, dear son. Right here. Yamdware Mahagore Andhena Tamasadvite Tattalokamarthaya Deepoyam Upatishtitam. Walk on. Wave light over the body 5 times. Adhyaya Kashyap Gotrasya Vidya Pritasya Mritasthana Shab Nam Nimit Deepam Maya Diyate Tavu Pratishtitam. Adhyaya Kashyap Gotrasya Vidya Pritasya Mritasthana Shab Nam Nimit Deepam Maya Diyate Tavo Pratishtitam. Yamdware Mahagore Andhena Tamasadvite Tattalokamarthaya Deepoyam Upatishtitam. Deepoyam Upatishtitam. Yamdware Mahagore Andhena Tamasadvite Tattalokamarthaya Deepoyam Upatishtitam. Deepa Deepaste Maya Diyate Tavu Pratishtitam. Take a finger. Some black finger. You have to put it in her right hand. Just kind of open the hand and put it in. That's okay, right? Let me just put some more time. Om Adhyaya Kashyap Gotrasya Vidya Pritasthana Shab Nam Nimit Maya Diyate Tavo Pratishtitam. Yeshate Pindupari Maya Diyate Tavo Pratishtitam. Beautiful. Good. So I just want to invite the immediate family, brothers, sister, grandchildren, daughters of the deceased, to come and put a flower or mala, make a little arti. I know if Mama would like to come first, if she can come, and just rest a flower for her. No arti with her, but you could come? Yeah, she'll put a little flower. While that is happening, of course, we would sing a bhajan, very simple bhajan. Let's say the prayer, Didi. Let's say a prayer for her. Longer. You can come while she's sitting there and put a mala. Yes, come now. And you can make out. Jai Krishna Hari. I want to hear all voices. Come on this side. Under the arch. Sri Krishna Hari. Dukhiyon ke dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hari. Jai Krishna Hari. Sri Krishna Hari. Dukhiyon ke dukh dur kare. Jai Jai. Put a flower as well, firstly. जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। जब चारों तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो। और कोई न खेवन हारा हो, और कोई न खेवन हारा हो। तब तू ही बेड़ा पार करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे। श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों के दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। Give the brothers. Have a flower, mala, whatever it is. तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। Put a flower. तू चाहे, आरती, give them आरती. तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे। श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों के दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। जय कृष्ण हरे। श्री कृष्ण हरे। दुखियों के दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा, पूर्ण कर दे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे। Both hands. जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे, विष को भी अमृत कर दे। पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा, पूरन कर दे सबकी आशा। जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, जय कृष्ण हरे, श्री कृष्ण हरे, दुखियों के दुख दूर करे। जय 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 कृष्ण हरे, ओ जय 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 कृष्ण हरे। Of course, if there are nephews or nieces, they can also come. That's the family. Cousins, yes, they can come. Cousins. Cousin to the deceased, certainly can come. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 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 Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. May I hear your voices? Rama Rama. Again. Rama Rama. That voice is part of your body. Ram Nam, Satya. Satya means the truth. What you see in front of us here is a truth. You all have to deal with that truth. When would it come? Why would it come? How would it come? Where would it come? We don't know. But to come, it must come. There's a nice verse taken from the scriptures that says, Jati sahi dhruvo mrityu, dhruvam janma mritasya cha, tasmad pariharyirthe, natvamsho chitumarhasi. Whatever has been created in the world by the Lord, inclusive of human beings, whatever has been created, the end of that must come. That's the law of the Maker. You don't have to be a Hindu to undergo that law. That law is for all of mankind, all living things upon this earth. Even the inanimate things, things that you think that there is no life into it, that's also subjected to that law. Except one thing that the God has made not subjected to that law. Anybody knows? Yes, my dear? Yeah? There? Soul. And you ever see the soul? Have you ever see the soul? What it looks like? You all soul, we say Atma, but have you ever really seen this thing? There's a special type of photography, I think they call it Kirlian photography, I believe they call it like that, can actually take out a picture of the thing that ejects from the body. Can take out a picture. The last year, 2 years or so, I saw Google on the phone. They begin to put it up, how it looks like. Because you could take out a picture. When somebody passes on, this thing ejects the body. Sometimes it comes through the nose, sometimes it comes through the lip, sometimes it comes through the eyes, sometimes it comes through the air. Our scripture says there are 9 openings in the body. But you know how they describe it? Navadware pure dehi. It's like this is a big city. This body like a big city. And it can come from any of the 9 openings. But the greatest of all openings, there's one right on top here. Many mothers will recognize that opening when they are bathing their babies. You see this thing beaten on top of the head. That's true, mothers? You tell me. A little part of the skull is beaten like that all the time. That is the thinnest part of the skull. It always remains thin. That's why when we do our shaving ceremony and stuff, we always leave a patch of hair right there. That patch of hair we call it again? Turkey. Or chutti, something they call it. It is really to protect that spot. You should not get a lash on that spot. Somebody should hit you, you fall, it can damage that spot. So depend on your life processes, depend how you live your life, you can come out here. If you come out here, you go. And somebody say, Baba, when you say I die, I want to go to heaven. I think up here can really signify a man going and there will be no return to planet Earth. So, jata sahi dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janma mritasya. So this Divine Father says, once something has been born, there will always be an end to it. We call it end by different name. We call it a death. We call it finish. We'll call it anything you want to call it. But B for birth and D for death. B for birth, D for death. What comes after B in the alphabet? Is the letter? The letter C. What C stands for? C stands for choice. The only freedom a human being has, the only freedom a human being has is between B and C. C is for choice. You are not in charge of your birth because somebody make that decision for you to be born under a particular womb, under a particular country, under a particular culture. Somebody made that decision. And the same person made the decision for you to end. But between that, that is where you have your own choice to make. Choice means making a decision. If you make decisions to hurt your life, the ending moment has been a little traumatized. Are you with me? A simple thing. A simple thing. If you live a life, a very unhealthy life, a physically unhealthy life, what would you expect in the end? If you live a mentally unhealthy life, what would you expect in the end? If you live a unhealthy, intelligent life, what would you expect in the end? If you live a unhealthy, moral life, what would you expect in the end? Are you with me? So, only that space there, some people call it the dash. A dash between the B and the D. That dash there is your dash. What you put inside of space will determine where you would go across the rivers. Jim Reeves will say, across the river there's no more sorrow. What will happen to you on the next side of the bridge? What you put in. So you alone are in charge of this thing. You alone are in charge of your body. There's a nice verse from our scripture that says, Bhare bhagya manushatan pava sadhana dham moksha karadvara. The soul is absolutely fortunate. A soul is absolutely fortunate to have attained the human birth. The ants can't do that. The birds didn't get that chance. The lizards didn't get that chance. The other animals of the kingdom didn't get that chance. The trees didn't get that chance. A soul who has gotten that chance, they are absolutely fortunate. Fortunate means what? Let me take somebody else's scriptures. The Bible would have said, a man is made in the image and the likeness of the God. Is that true? A human being is made in the image and the likeness of the God. In other words, you have lots of godly qualities in this system. Lots of godly qualities. So the word is given sadhanadham. Sadhanadham means that the body is a sacred instrument. It's not an instrument to do what you want. That is the thing about it. But sometimes we don't understand it. It is not an instrument to do what you want. Because if you do what you want, there will be a consequence at the moment of death. And consequences, you can't erase it. Can't take a pencil with a rubber and say, I'm going to erase this thing. I've always asked the question, and I'm still looking for the answer. When you have your messages on the phone and you delete it, where does it really go? Anybody have an answer to that? Always more technocrats than me, you know. When you delete your messages, where does it really go? Tell me. Because you can't answer, probably if you're ashamed to answer, you ain't going anywhere. You're right here in cyberspace. You take the phone telephone and you break it up to pieces. The message is still there because I know the password. I can go on his phone and get all your information. And that's true. Yes or no? So the messages are still there. So too in a human being. Your consequences remain with you, even after death. The consequences remain with you, even after death. What's the reason for that remain after death with you? Because we can't burn the thing. We can't say, this guy had done some crazy thing in his life. Let's put it in the fire and burn it out. That doesn't happen. All we're going to burn is just the body. Oh, you're going to dig a hole and bury the person. Still can't happen. Because the Atma, as this girl says, the soul that came out of the body, it looks like a human being. And all the past karmas, they call it casual body, and the subtle body goes with it in the next side of the river. So you walk with your papers that you would have created in your past life. This is not your first birth. It may not be the last birth. But what is the purpose of this life? What are we really doing here? If we have to born and then die again, then what are we really doing here? What is our purpose? Have anybody tried to figure out this thing? Yes? What is your purpose? Have you just come just to build a home and work hard and have monies in your pocket and have the best things in life, and you have to leave it? Something about that doesn't add up correctly. Isn't that so? Something doesn't add up correctly. What is all this thing about, this drama of working so hard? Look at Vidya here today. Vidya here is in a box. We're going to burn this thing, and we're going to also burn the body. Vidya will even leave her body on planet Earth and go. What are you carrying with you? What are you carrying with you? Well, I've just said the word. You are carrying the consequences of your actions that you will have done while you are alive. So only when you are alive, you can fix your consequences. You can fix your regrets. You can fix your sorrows. You can fix your misgivings. You can fix your errors only when you are alive. You can't fix it when you get sick. So don't try to get sick. So the second purpose of living is that this thing is made to stay in connection with the Maker. From the Maker I came, from Him I should go. Let me stay in connection with the Maker as I live my life daily. Have you honored your mom? Have you honored your dad? Did you respect them only Mother's Day and Father's Day? What about the next day and the next day and the next day? Mothers and fathers deserve a child's respect as long as they are alive, even after their death. This time is Pitra Paksh for Hindu people. And this time of Pitra Paksh, we still give honor to those people who have once part of our lives. So this is a continuous process taking place for all of us, for all of us. Like I said, we all have the freedom. The only freedom we have is between the B and the D, the question of choice. The second thing, the C also stands for contribution. Contribution means giving up service. So one of the functions of being human, you need to give up service while you live in a particular place. This is your country. You're born in a particular family. You need to give up service to your family, service to your country, service to your church. Wherever you are, you need to give support. It is the consequences of the support that will count. What kind of support you give to your world, that will go with you. Those consequences would go with you. I mean, how some people are born in noble family and some people are born in ignoble family. Is God biased? Is God biased? So tell me. Is God a biased being? Oh no. Your consequences would have placed you in such a position, in such a condition. I always say, if the child comes up to the teacher and says, Miss, last year you treat me very bad in the class. You put me in a C class, miss. I hope next year when September comes, you put me in a A class, you know. Like if the child is threatening the teacher. What do you think the teacher should say? Anybody? What should the teacher say? Son, you're good looking. Your father have plenty money. You're rich. I'll put you just in an A class because your father rich, but that's happening in this country. Eh? I'll put you in an A class because you're good looking. What should be the teacher looking for? Or tell me, give me the answer. What should be the teacher looking for? Performance. Beautiful, Didi. Performance. Bring your report book here. Let me see what you did for the last year. You're good? You can't make, son. You can't make. Those marks would not send you. Even the government of this country, when a child writes essay and the child didn't make the marks, where did they put the child? You better go back to the primary school, you know, and write over this thing. Your performance is what counts. Remember that in your life. Your performance is what counts. If I take it to another level, your performance in the name of the Lord is what counts. Love your mother and father for the sake of the Lord. Love the job you do for the sake of the Lord. Love your country for the sake of your Lord. Just love life for the sake of the Divine Father. If you could do that, you will always be happy. You'll be stress-free. These days we have so much of stress. It becomes what they call an obstacle in our pathway to happiness. Because you know why? We have forgotten where we have come from. And the Lord gives you a stopgap. Today, you have to go. Is that right? So may our lives be lived in such a way. The function is our lives should be lived in such a way as we live, we remember our Maker with grace, with honor, and we stay happy, we stay peaceful in spite of obstacles. There's a nice verse taken from Bhagavad Gita that says, Sukha dukhe samay kritva. Labha labha jaya jayo tato jaya jasva nevam papam avapsasi. Sukha means happiness, dukha means sorrow. Labha means gain, alha means loss. Success and failure. These are things of the earth. This isn't this earth. These are things that we're going to meet up all the time. We are going to meet up birth and death all the time. It is only when that human being is in a state of stability. You're strong inside here. You're stable inside here. There's a sense of equilibrium inside here. Then you can live life. If you take either side of life, you're going to hurt somebody. You're going to hurt somebody. So the second function of life is how to remain stable while the things in life are happening in the opposite way all the time. How to remain stable. Only God can help you achieve that skill. So if you say that you're a human being, part of that life living is to ask the Divine Father, can you support me, dear Lord, to remain stable while life changes in front of me all the time? You watched the cricket the last few days. When TKR again, good licks. Right? The whole stadium quiet. They would not clap for the next side and say, the next side doing good, you know. They wouldn't give them a clap, you know. TKR getting licks, the stadium quiet. When TKR getting some runs and going up, everybody clapping, they forgot the other side. That's the changes of life. How to remain stable. I mean, last night I supported the other group, Patriots. They were good. I'm just saying a word. I supported them right through. When somebody does good, you like them. Remain. The question is how to remain stable inside here while life changes in front of you. Don't take sides. Ram Naam, Satya hai, sabka yehi gata hai. Let us sing a bhajan. So in your copy you have a beautiful bhajan there. I want to hear all your voices. Mujhe apne sharan mein le lo Ram. No, hold on, son. Sing with me. God bless this boy, you know. God bless this fella. Here what I tell. Ever since I knew him. Always humble, always stable. And today he has come out of his own heart, own mind and says, Baba, I'm doing this for my aunt. I'm doing this for my aunt. God bless him. Mujhe apne sharan mein le lo Ram. So, this bhajan says, O Divine Father, may you give shelter. May you give shelter to Vidya, that soul of Vidya. May you give her shelter at your divine feet, O Lord. If there's no place at your feet, Divine Father, no place at your feet, can you keep her in your eyes? Lochan maname jage na hotu. At least give her space in your eyes as well. I want to hear all your voices. If God gave you a voice to sing and you didn't praise His name, I don't know, I have no prayers for you. Right? There's a nice bhajan for that. Yes? Mujhe apne sharan mein le lo Ram, mujhe apne sharan mein le lo Ram, mujhe apne sharan mein le lo Ram, mujhe apni sharan mein. लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो, लोचन मन में जगे न हो तो, युगल चरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम. जीवन देखे जाल बिछाया, रच के माया नाचन छाया. जीवन देखे जाल बिछाया, रच के माया नाचन छाया. चिंता मेरी तभी मिटेगी, चिंता मेरी तभी मिटेगी, जब चिंतन में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में. तुमने लाखों पापी तारे, मेरी बारी बाजी हारे, बाजी हारे. तुमने लाखों पापी तारे, मेरी बारी बाजी हारे, बाजी हारे। मेरे पास न पुण्य की पूंजी, मेरे पास न पुण्य की पूंजी, पर पूजन में ले लो राम, ले लो राम मुझे अपनी शरण में। राम है राम, राम है राम, एवरीवन। राम है राम, राम है राम। घर घर अतकू, दर दर भतकू, कहाँ कहाँ अपना सिर पतकू। इस जीवन में मिलो न तुमको राम, हे राम। इस जीवन में मिलो न तुमको, मुझे मरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम मुझे अपनी शरण में। मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम मुझे, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम मुझे अपनी शरण में। राम नाम, Satya means the truth. So we are looking at Vidya here in a different format. This is a truth we will all have to deal with. And the best time to deal with this truth is while you are alive. I remember Vidya, the many times I would have met her. No matter whatever her circumstance, she always stays in her dharam. She never give up her dharam. She always stays within her religion. She always stays within her faith. She will call and ask her. Always stays within her faith. Not because some kind of trouble take her, she want to cross the bridge and go to the other side. She'd never do that. Because she came from a very solid family. Strong family, dharmic family that encouraged her to remain within that culture that she found herself in. When you are born in this world, somebody up there choose the culture for you to stay in. Somebody up there. You could call it what name you want to call it, but there is something out there that makes the changes in our life down here upon planet Earth. To that, we need to stay in communication with all the time. Stay linked with all the time in our lives. Hindu tradition has mantras to stay in linked with the God. Has what you call meditation, has yoga, has the scriptures, has been in the company of the God, listening to verses of praises of the God. There are so many tools given in the Hindu tradition to stay in connection with your Maker. So many tools. We don't use not even one of them sometimes. The simplest of tool is Jai Ram, Sri Ram, or Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I'll give you a true story. A couple years ago at the Sangre Grande Hospital, the doctor gave up on a guy. I think it was Ward 4, Ward 5, I think it was, 5 or 6. And he told his family, there's nothing I can do for your husband. Get your priest and see what your priest could do. The priest is me. So I've gone, they called me, Baba, could you come and see what you can do for our dad? When I go into the hospital, of course, I walk with my books and stuff. And the guy is lying there on the bed. And the wife is there and children, and they were all very sulky. Some were crying and so on, because doctor says, there's nothing I can do for you, sir. Good thing doctor said, go home and tide it out. Some doctors tell you, go home and tide it out until the time comes. But at least call your priest, the doctor says. And having arrived there, I saw this guy on a bed. He could talk, but he couldn't move. Almost like he didn't know much things. So I asked some member of the family, what is the problem? Well, Baba, the normal diseases of the world, cancerous things and so on, is almost fourth stage going to the ending moment. So I said, sir, I opened my book and I said, sir, can you say after me? I said, Om. You know Om? He said, Om. I said, Namo. Very short words. He says, Namo. I says, Bhagavate. Bhaga. Stop right there. He couldn't say Bhagavate. I said, no problem. Let me try it again. I went back to the beginning. Om. Said Om. Namo. Namo. Bhagavate. He couldn't say Bhagavate. And we went on so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. I couldn't finish the sentence and he couldn't finish the sentence. So I asked the wife and the family, what was this guy doing all the time? Did you ever ask your dad to take us to the temple, to the church, somewhere? Because the time is coming. Imagine, not even at the ending moment, can he use his voice to at least take the name of the Lord? Not even at the ending moment. And the scripture says, Antakalecha mamiva smaranukta kalevaran. If in your ending moment by yourself, you can just remember your Maker. However you learned it in your living years, you can remember your Maker. Bhagwan says, if somebody remembers me as a priority when they exit in the body, such a soul comes to me and there is no return to the world anymore. But you know what? Whatever is dominant in your heart while you are alive, whatever thought, desire, wishes that are dominant in your heart while you are alive, to that you will have to fulfill in the next round of your birth. So many a times, all of us here, including myself, we have come back here because there was some desire that we left in the last dimension. Sometimes it's good to search it out. What are we really doing here? I already have a car, I have a house, I have money, I have food, I have family. What again do I want really? What am I really doing here? What is it do I need to fulfill? What do I need to fulfill, dear Father? You need to ask yourself that question. So, having seen this with the guy, I says, Madam, I'm not the doctor too, I can't do anything anymore. The guy can't finish the sentence. I can't finish the sentence. May God bless his soul. I wish him well. Yes? He just stayed about a day and a half, and the other day he just moved on with his life. At least in your ending moment, you should remember your Maker. Don't remember how much money you have, what a big house you have, what you're leaving for the children. You have no time for that. There are certain stuff you need to drop out on planet Earth before you go to the next dimension. Hatred, jealousy, greed, hurt for others, drop it out. Drop it out here. You need to forgive others too. Don't go on the other side of the bridge and you hurt somebody and you say, sir, I'm sorry. Whether the person accepts your forgiveness or not, you need to say. You need to say. Because when you forgive somebody, really you are clearing your own heart. You are cleansing yourself by extending that measure of forgiveness. Ram Nam, Satya hai, sabka yehi gat hai. Thank you so much. So I want to invite now the person who is going to read the eulogy. Who is going to read the eulogy of Debbie? Debbie, I hope so? Debra Vidia. Yes. So my godchild here will read this. Ricky. God bless him. Nice to see him. And Amit.
Good morning, everyone. So today we come together to celebrate and honor the remarkable life of Debra Vidia Sinanan, whom we call Auntie Vito. Born on February 19, 1963, to Sonny and Shanti Sinanan, she was the third of 6 children and the first daughter, a blessing to her family. From her early days at Guayco Presbyterian School to Northeastern College, Auntie Vito's journey was one marked by love, laughter, and a deep commitment to her family. After finishing secondary school, Auntie Vito briefly explored a career in cosmetology and hairdressing, something many may not know. But as fate would have it, she ultimately followed in her family's footsteps and joined the business world. She became the director of Verizon Drugs, the pharmacy that started in Arima before eventually returning right here to Guayco. Her life was one brimming with connection and an infectious joy. Auntie Vito had an incredible gift for connecting with people. Her conversations were lively and filled with a playful spirit. She was known for her endless curiosity. She was a true inventor of 20 questions. Her sense of humor and ability to put people at ease were unmatched, and anyone who spent time with her knew they were in for a meaningful conversation. As a child, Auntie Vito embraced life with enthusiasm. She played cricket with her siblings and cousins and learned valuable life skills from Mommy. She often reminisced about her childhood, fondly recalling the time spent with her brothers Dave and Parky and her sister Vashti before the younger siblings Sandra and Chris came along. Auntie Vito's life was a life dedicated to family. Her love for her family was immeasurable, even if she didn't always express it in words. She dedicated her life to taking care of her parents, her husband, her children, and later her granddaughter. The arrival of her daughters, Sarala and Sanjita, filled her heart with immense joy, and it was with the birth of her granddaughter, Anaya, that she discovered a new depth of love, becoming the grandmother every child dreams of. Vichy, her beloved eyeball, was the center of her universe, ensuring her every need was met, putting aside savings for her future even though she barely spent a cent on herself. She would often call her after midnight just to check in on whether she was still awake and was still hungry. Auntie Vito had her own unique language with those she loved. The boys in this family were often greeted with, "Hey, Stones," followed by, "You hungry? You eat?" Or being the cleanliness enthusiast she was, you were sometimes greeted with, "Hey, Stones, the woman now mop, wipe your foot before you come inside, huh?" She was the type who, while you're eating, she would move your plate, wipe under your plate, and that was Auntie Vito. Her home was a haven of warmth, laughter, and good food. Who could forget her dumpling soup, with round, ball-like dumplings no one could ever replace or replicate? Her legendary sponge cakes. Auntie Vito's sweet tooth, especially for chocolate, was well known, and she took great pride in her cooking. Christmas will never be the same without her. The tradition of gathering at her home every Christmas night for her generous spread will forever be missed.
Sitaram, everyone. So, on behalf of all the nephews and nieces of Auntie Vito, I will read a bit, and also on behalf of Sarala and Sanjita, I would like to share a few words on their behalf for Auntie Vito. A few weeks ago, while driving to our cousin's funeral, Auntie Vito reminisced the old-time days. With a mischievous smile, she managed to bust some of Auntie Vashti's files and told us about an adventure that they both had in Toko, where they both had a few too many sips of river water. They returned home only to tell Mommy, Shanti, that Auntie Vashti got sick because of the winding roads back from Toko, which they both knew was a lie. She also spoke fondly of her time spent in Canada, recalling the many parties she attended with her brothers Dave and Braki. To us, nephews and nieces, Auntie Vito was not just an aunt. She was our second mother in so many ways. Auntie Vito played an irreplaceable role in our lives from the time we were all born to this very day. Many of our happiest childhood memories are filled with her presence, whether it was being dropped off at her house in preparation for school, coming home for lunch from school, or spending the holidays together. She took us on trips to the mall, and for many drives with Uncle Kishore, creating memories we cherish forever. The nurturing spirit knew no bounds, ensuring that washing our faces and brushing our teeth after every meal was a non-negotiable task. And as children, she'd even smell us after showers to make sure we were actually clean. And a lot of times you had to bathe twice and 3 times to make sure you were clean enough to be around Auntie Vido. Despite Auntie Vido's tough exterior, her heart was pure gold. Her humor, warmth, and candid nature created bonds that will last a lifetime. She had a way of making every single person feel like they were special because to her, they really were. In the 1980s, Auntie Vido met and fell in love with Uncle Kishore. Their love story blossomed very quickly, and they were partners in every sense of the word, always working side by side. When Uncle Kishore passed away, it left her with a profound void in her life. But today, we can take comfort in the thought that Jawa's Lady in Red has reunited with him, and they are together once more. On behalf of our cousin Sarala, Auntie Vido's firstborn, Mommy, there is an emptiness in my heart that only your presence can fill. I love and miss you more than words can express. I will forever be grateful for all the love and sacrifices you made. Words cannot express how much I appreciate all that you did for Anaya and myself. I will cherish your memory forever. Thank you, Mom, for being the guiding light in my life. I could never forget you. A part of me is lost, and I'm wondering if I will ever get it back. Maybe that peace is in your heavenly home with you, and someday you can put it back in me, and I will be whole again. Rest in peace, Mommy. I love you always. On behalf of Sanjita, second-born, and Auntie Vido's eyeball before Anaya was born. Mommy always sacrificed her time and energy for her children, putting our needs above her own. She was the type to show tough love, able to insult you in one breath and tell you she loves you in the next. She was the one who disciplined us all. I absolutely hated creative writing in the SCA days. I remember countless evenings we'd sit down after school from 5 a.m., maybe until 10 to midnight, working on past papers. There was this one time I remember finishing section 1, the essay part, and gave it to her to the easy part, and gave it to her to correct. She'd always bring me something to eat during this time. So I was just there eating my food while she was correcting the paper. Everything was going smoothly until I wrote 5 multiplied by 2 equals 7. Mommy calmly asked me to check over the answer. I checked it again, and everything was well and good to me. She gave me a second chance. So I rechecked, and nothing was different. Well, boy, that is when she stamped her foot and aggressively underlined the answer multiple times, bawling, "Die 7, die 7." That is when I felt the wooden pot spoon on my back. The same spoon she used to fry eggs with. And in that same moment, I saw her burst into tears. After that, she never fried an egg with that wooden spoon. She loved fiercely. And although that tough love was hard at times, as I grew older, I came to understand just how much she cared. No one in this world could fill the void in my heart. No one could ever love us or look out for us the way she did, the way a mother can. Her greatest desire was for her children to excel in life, even if she never had those opportunities herself. She sacrificed everything to ensure that we did, always supporting our education and growth. She was heavy on being our protector. Almost every childhood memory I have, our cousin Ajay was there, sharing the same memories. That was the mighty trio, Sarala, Ajay, and me. People often mistook him for our brother. We'd spend Sundays and holidays with my father's family in Kunaripo, and when we got there, it was always careful. All you had to look out for snake here. All you in the bush now. And when we got there, it was always, sorry, watch your step, stepping out of the van. Anytime I went out, even as most recent, it always began with a long lecture about staying safe, the dangers that lurk with the crime situation, being hyper aware of my surroundings. But after the warnings came the gentle encouragement to enjoy myself. In time, I came to understand the deep love and care behind those lectures. One of our cousins sent this in, so I will continue to read this one paragraph. One of her favorite things to do was sit and go through her library of pictures. Now, for those of you who know Auntie Vido, you would know that she was a walking encyclopedia. Everybody's anniversary, wedding, birthday, death day, everything you can think about, Auntie Vido had a superb memory for all these events. And she took that type of organizational skill to her pictures. I'm sure many of us family members know her extensive photo albums. Auntie Vido has baby pictures of everyone in this family, more so than our own parents. She has pictures of every birthday, every wedding, organized chronologically by date and time. That's the type of person she was. And it goes on to say she probably has more baby pictures of us than our own parents do. The mouth, oh her mouth. She was an avid cussbud who would tell it as it is. She would look out for those around her. In fact, many nights she would call Crystal next door and say, "Hey girl, you forget to take off your light." When liming with Auntie Savvy, she would always tell her, "Pull your hand, na man Sav. Let we go and do so and so." Auntie Vido may have had a tough shell, but the most loving person you would have ever met.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Jenna, Janae, and myself, Auntie Vido's nieces, Auntie Vido always welcomed us into her home with open arms, offering an immediate invitation to enjoy whatever dish she had just prepared. Somehow, no matter when we arrived, there was always freshly cooked food waiting on the stove. Delicious beyond words at that. And if we didn't eat, bet we weren't leaving her house without having it packed to go. Ensuring you ate was a huge part of her love language. Visiting this home will never feel the same again. There was something comforting about seeing Auntie Vido sitting at the kitchen sink in her nightie, washing dishes, exemplifying her natural warmth and charm. With both hands in the sink, she'd always greet us with a smile, followed by the disclaimer, "Hey, I real sweatier," before leaning in to kiss her. She had an unmatched way of delivering cheeky remarks that could make you question your entire life, only to follow up with such affectionate compliments that you'd walk away feeling like the most special person in the world. Tough love was her way, but love was always the emphasis. Those who knew her understood that every dish she cooked, every time she toiled in the kitchen, every conversation she sparked was rooted in care and deep affection. Talking to Auntie Vido was easy. I never worried about what to say because she started the conversation with something that instantly had me laughing. She had this way of balancing life's seriousness with lightheartedness, reminding us all that no matter how tough life gets, there's always time for laughter, family and love being the most influential part of her existence. Love was the heart of everything she did and everything she said. Exactly a month ago, my brother too departed this life. And what I will say is that someone is never truly gone until you stop remembering that person. So as long as we remember you, a part of you will always be here. We'll tell stories about you, and for a moment, we'll cherish the feeling of living in those memories again. Forever missed and forever loved, rest in paradise and eternal love, Auntie Vito.
On behalf of my children, Melissa, Melanie, and Nicholas, this is a speech that they have sent for Vito. Auntie Vito, nieces, this is nieces and nephews who live in Canada. Good morning, family and friends of the Sinanan family. We are so heartbroken over the sudden and unexpected parting of Auntie Vito only days ago. We send our sincerest condolences to our grandmother Shanti and to Sarala, Sanjita, and Anaya, all of our aunts and uncles and cousins in Trinidad and Tobago. To our mom, one of Auntie Vito's youngest sisters. And to our dad, Neil, who shared a very close bond with Auntie Vito. And we are all grieving at this great loss. We pray for you all to have the strength and courage this day to make peace with the final parting of Auntie Vito. We ask that God fill your hearts with an overwhelming sense of peace, knowing that Auntie Vito is in a better place. However, much we struggle with losing her so soon. Our memories of Auntie Vito date back to very early in our childhood. From very young ages, the three of us grew up spending summers at Auntie Vito's home. It is in those times together that we grew a love for her cooking and especially her sponge cake. Auntie Vito was always a straight shooter, saying it as it is. She had a great sense of humor and a level of cleanliness in her home that you just couldn't beat. We would joke that her floor is the only floor you could eat off, as it was mopped daily. Although we could not be there physically today, Auntie Vito is constantly in our thoughts and prayers. From our families, we would all like to say that we love you, Auntie Vito, and will not say goodbye, but see you again on the other side. You are loved and missed dearly. All our love, Melissa, Mel, and Nick. I just want to say from Praki, Dave, Sandra, Chris, and myself, Vidya has been an exceptional sister. We had the most beautiful childhood. So many memories of cashew tree in the back here. And Vidya was always using me as her gopher because her excuse was she was too fat to climb on and off the tree. So I had to go get everything for her. I had a conversation with Vidya the night before passing. It was hilarious. It was sad. But she was so happy. And her last dream, she told me for the whole family, was that we would all go on a vacation together one day. And I said to Vidya, why don't we make that day very soon? She just laughed. We'll see. Vito, you will be forever missed. You have been a great sister to me. I would miss all the gossips that we do, the latest news in Trinidad. And I love you very much. May you rest in peace, Vid.
As we reflect on Auntie Vito's life, we feel the deep void her absence leaves. But we also celebrate the beautiful moments she's left behind. Though she has departed, her spirit, her love, her laughter, will live on in all of us. Her legacy is one of kindness, warmth, and unbreakable bonds, and it's up to us to carry that forward. May we find comfort knowing that Auntie Vito is now embraced in the arms of Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Ram Nam Satya Hai.
Before I open the floor very briefly to anyone who wants to share any sentiments, I would just like to give a small vote of thanks to everyone who has made this funeral happen today. Auntie Vido's passing was on Thursday night. All the paperwork was organized by Friday afternoon, and we just had to wait Saturday and Sunday for funeral on Monday. To Pundit, on behalf of our family, on behalf of Auntie Vido's entire immediate family, we'd like to thank you for taking us through the proceedings today in such short notice. To Mr. Neville Sanka, again, hats off. Thank you so much for providing all the assistance that we needed this morning to make sure that everybody can have a smooth in and out. On behalf of the family again, to the funeral home, we thank you so very much to Das Funeral Home for making things happen so quickly and for taking such lovely care of our aunt. On behalf of Shanti, Dave, Chris, Praki, Sandra, Vashti, and on behalf of Auntie Vido's children and granddaughter, I would just like to say thank you to everyone here for supporting us today. Your support does not go unnoticed, and we thank you all very, very much for supporting the family in our grieving time. And Auntie Savi. Auntie Savi, where's Auntie Savi? Guys, I must single out Auntie Savi for stepping up again and again and again. Auntie Savi is responsible for organizing almost all of what you see today. The food, the coffee, the drinks, the phone calls, the organizing, the tents, the chairs, the fans, the sound system, and the list goes on. Auntie Savi, we love you. Thank you very much for making today happen. At this time, I would invite any extended family members or anyone in the audience this morning to say a few words. Winston? Winston? Is there anyone who wishes to share a few words? Going once, going twice? No? Okay, so at this time, I would hand you over to Pandit Naren to wrap things up and be on the way. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you all very much. Thank you so much. I heard in the last message somebody says, I will see you on the next side. I don't know how possible that one is. I will see you on the next side. So be careful how you want to see somebody on the next side. How many of you are glad to have a mother like Vidya, from what you have just heard? How many of you are glad to have a sister like Vidya, an aunt like Vidya? Yes? Rare. A rare human being. She was a stickler. From what I gathered, she was a stickler for care for her family. She was a stickler for discipline, from what I heard. Is that true? You get licks one moment and she laugh it out the next moment and say, sorry. And cry with you too. But you know what was the greatest thing I saw kept up this lady? She was a stickler for what? Give me one more answer. She was a stickler for cleanliness. Did you read that? She was a stickler for cleanliness. And what did it say about cleanliness? Cleanliness is next to? Yes. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So when people like that conduct their lives and they say something to you, don't mean anything bad about you. The heart is still clear. And they still have that deep love for you. They just want you to see that you're clean in your habits, in your ways, in your doings. I want you to be clean. And in one of the readings, I heard that if something should fall on the ground, you could actually pick it up and put it in your mouth. And I was always waiting for the day to hear that. Because when we speak about cleanliness, and like Vidya rightly has done, Not only thing must feel clean, not only must look clean, but it must also, it had to smell clean too. Is that right? That is great. That is a lady who passed through. I hope you learned something from her life. All of us, I learned too. Hope you all learned something from somebody when they passed on. You can take the page of a person's life and apply it to your own life. I'm sure she's going to go very far in the next dimension of her life. She will go very far. I'm sure whoever is up there will be looking at those disciplines and skills about her that she exercised while she was alive upon her family. Some of you will miss that. You'll have your own freedom, but you know what? I'm quite sure if you feel you have this freedom, mommy is not here, I can do what I want, but you'll remember mommy and say, my mother was here. She would not tolerate such an action in our lives. So God bless your mommy, your auntie, whoever you call her, the daughter. I just want to say finally, when you walk the streets of your country, you children, grandchildren, nephews, nieces, somebody must say, see that guy going there? That is Auntie Vidia's nephew, Auntie Vidia's daughter, you know. Auntie Vidia's children, you know. And somebody must say that with a sense of pride. They must feel good to say that about you because your mother, your auntie, sister, she was a stickler for cleanliness in every discipline. So God bless that soul. God bless. For me, I feel those were the offerings to God. She took care of the children because she had this connection with the Maker inside of her. God, I want to take care of them. I want to make sure my house is clean. For your sake, Father. Those are divine aspirations. Those are divine actions that Vidya had displayed in her life. I hope all of you should take some page from her life to improve your life. Ram Nam, Satya hai, sabka yehi gata hai. Thank you so much, as the members of the family would have said. Of course, the day is not done. You know, in the Hindu tradition, this is called the Antyeshti Sanskar. Antyeshti Sanskar is another name for the funeral ceremony in a big way. Much more than that, the meaning. And in Hindu tradition, this sanskar doesn't done in one moment. We just go and cremate the body and we are finished. Oh no. Because the thing that exited the body still lives. That is the thing. So now we have to deal with that. And somebody comes and stays right here. And we have to deal with it. So Hindus have all these answers and all these tools to use to deal with it. So the next process of her will be the shaving ceremony, next 10 days. And then we have the Bhandara ceremony. Then we have the 1 year ceremony. So the Antyeshti Sanskar goes on for almost 1 year. After 1 year, there is no more recordings of this action. Right? Thank you so much, my dear friends. I do hope in the ensuing days you can call somebody in the house and ask them, are you okay? You all right? Can I do anything to help? Can I give you, what do you need? Give some measure of courage. When people know that you are looking out for them, they feel good that somebody is looking out for me. You feel protected. You feel secure. Is that right? Ram Nam? May we all stand. Thank you. So put your hands together. My dear friends, I want to ask of you, if there is in any way our sister, mother, daughter, Vidya would have said anything to you as a person, and you feel unhappy, you feel probably hurt about it, insulted about it, I want you to forgive her. Please forgive her and allow her to move on to her next measure of destination. And if any one of you have done anything to her, I ask her, through God, to also forgive you too. Let the forgiveness go on both sides of the coin as we pray. Dear Father, you alone, our mother, our father, our helper. O Lord, you are the protector of those who have no support, O Lord. You possess so much compassion in our divine Father. Sometimes, as people of the earth, we do not recognize your compassion, Father. We know you have not forgotten us in any way, O Lord, but sometimes in our living life we forget you ever existed, dear Father. Only when trouble comes along we want to remember you, Father. Please forgive us, Father. Keep us at your divine feet. We bow to you in adoration. Pituma tu saha yak swami sakha. Everyone. Pituma tu saha yak swami sakha. तुम ही एक नाथ हमारे हो, जिनके कछु और आधार नहीं, जिनके कछु और आधार नहीं, तिनके तुम ही रखवारे हो। पितुमा तु सहा यक स्वामी सखा, तुम ही एक नाथ हमारे हो, तुम ही एक नाथ हमारे हो। अनादिनी धनुरेव शंख चक्र गदाधर अक्षय पुंडरीकाक्ष प्रेत मोक्ष प्रदुभव, कृष्ण कृष्ण कृपालु त्वं गतिनां गतिर्भव, संसारमग्ना नानां प्रविद्य परमेश्वरः। ओम तत्सत् प्रीतात्म शांति, ओम तत्सत् प्रीतात्म शांति, शांतिरेव शांति शाम तत्सत् प्रीतात्म शांति रेधि। राम नाम सत्य है, सबका यही गत है। थैंक यू. So for those who have not viewed the body as yet, you can come. There are lots of flowers here. I think I saw flowers. You can come in one direction and exit into another direction by placing a flower.
I have an announcement to make. Sitaram, and good morning again. Just some housekeeping and some information for the procession to the Caroni cremation site. We will be escorted by 4 police motorcycles. The hearse would be at the front of the motorcade, followed by Pundit, followed by the maxi with the family members, and behind that maxi, anyone else who wishes to join on the way to Caroni, can you please leave your hazard lights on so that the police can identify you as part of the motorcade? All right, please remember, please leave your hazard lights on or you will be left out of the motorcade. Thanks again.